Hey guys, this is actually my third time recording this video because my camera keeps stopping for some reason on my phone well, not for some reason because I'm running out of memory, but let's try to get it in this shot. So if you're wondering why I don't have my septum in right now, because the title, let me get to that in just a second. So I'm just gonna start out. I got my septum pierced today, probably about like 6 hours ago now, and I had wanted it for a while, and I kept saying like, no, because my parents actually they don't like it at all, and I wanted to be respectful of that since I still live with them. I'm 19, by the way, but they can be flipped up, so I was like, you know what, like, I'll get it pierced and then I'll flip it up and just have it heal like that, so I don't have to like move it around while it's healing, but after it's healed I can flip it down, flip it up, whatever. Just so like I'm respectful of my parents, but I can also have what I want. So I went to the shop that I normally go to, and yeah, so I went in there. I'm just like losing my train of thought because I've repeated myself so many times in my previous takes. So yeah, I went in there and I was just like, I wanted a septum piercing, but I wanted to see what their jewelry looked like, and he showed me the horseshoe, which is this right here, and I have hair on my hand. Okay. And it didn't look too big. It looked normal sized. So I was just like, okay, yeah, that's fine, let's do that. And then right as I was supposed to get the piercing, this other girl comes in and she's like, oh, I got my septum pierced here about, bless you, my dog sneezed. She's right there. She's like, oh, I just got my septum pierced about 2 weeks ago and it came out crooked, so I wanted to get it redone. I have a gift certificate. And he was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. And I was just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. But I guess it was like a different guy that did it, and she got recommended to get pierced by him, so I was like, okay, well, if it's a different person and like everyone's recommending this guy, then I guess it should be fine. Wrong. So I'm gonna get to that though. So I was getting the piercing done, and for those of you wondering, it really didn't hurt as bad as I thought it would be, you know, because I'm thinking like, oh my god, this is like so sensitive, like it hurts to just get like bopped in the nose a little bit. It really wasn't that bad. It was just like 2 small little pinches, like 1, 2, and it hurt a little bit putting the jewelry in because it's like, you know, a hoop. Definitely not as bad as I thought it would be. And but anyway, after the piercing, he didn't show me it in the mirror, so it was a little kind of like, okay. Like, I was just kind of like weirded out by that, because every time you get a piercing, right, they like show you in the mirror, they're like, oh yeah, how do you like it, whatever. No, he didn't do that. So I was just like, okay. And he was just like, told me the care instructions, kind of like rushed me out the door, and I was like, okay, like what the fuck happened to my face? So I looked in the mirror, in my rear mirror, obviously, because I was not, you know, given a chance to look at it in the shop, and it looked fine, except for the jewelry just looked a little bit too big, and the balls touched like down here. I don't know if you can like imagine this, like, no, probably not. I don't know, but it like hung down to there, and it was just, I don't know. It just looked weird. So I don't know, and it looked a little crooked, but I didn't really think much of it since I thought, you know, maybe I'm just an idiot, because I am kind of an idiot. But yeah, so then I went home and I was looking at all these videos on how to flip it up, like on YouTube, and I just, everyone's horseshoe looked a lot smaller than mine. It was like only like the balls only came out to here, and I was like, maybe my piercing's in the wrong place, but it's not, it's in the right place. I was looking at all these things, so I was like, maybe the jewelry is just too big. So I went to well, I went to one piercing shop, I went to one tattoo parlor, and their piercer had left. I lost my train of thought. I literally just stopped thinking. Their piercer had just left, but this guy that's like around my age or whatever, he's a little older than me, he was like, we can try to flip it up, because I can't really flip it up myself. I heard that, like, when I was at my house trying to do it, I heard that if you take the balls off if it's too big, that can help flip it up. But I have these massive claws, so it was really hard to grip on the balls. So I went there, and he's like, I don't know, I don't really know what I'm doing. So he was just trying, and it was hurting really bad, and I felt bad. And then he felt bad because I was like squirming. So he was just like, well, our piercer's gonna be back tomorrow. And yeah, I was just like, I really need to get this like situated. I mean, I'll call tomorrow if nothing's working out, but I'm just gonna try some other shops. So I went to another shop, which had been highly recommended to me, and I wish I had gone there before to get the piercing, and I was stupid and I didn't, because the other shop that I originally went to was cheaper. And yeah, so definitely go to shops you're recommended to. That's a big thing, because I just went to the cheapest one and the one I normally go to, and it just didn't turn out well for me. But so I went into this place, and I was kind of like panicking. I was like, can you please like flip this up for me, or like change out the jewelry? I know you're not supposed to change out the jewelry and it's so new and stuff like that. And he's like, I really can't change out the jewelry because it's gonna close the second I take it out, because I literally had just gotten pierced like maybe 4 hours before. So and he's like, it's definitely too big, even with the balls off, to be flipped up. So I was like, fucking great. So he's like, we can take one ball off, and then you can decide if you want to take out the piercing, or if you want to just leave it in and have it heal, and then change out jewelry to something smaller after it heals. So I was like, okay. So we went in the back, and like he took off a ball, and he was like looking at my nose, and he was just like, oh my god, that's actually really crooked. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah. And I thought, like, I don't know, because I'd never been to this guy before, and I didn't really know what to expect. And he wasn't like being shady about it. He like took a picture of my nose, and it was obviously like and I was so crushed. I was like, no. I mean, I guess, I don't know, it wasn't a big deal because I had to take it out anyway. He was like, we could take it out. It'll bleed a lot, or we can leave it in and it'll be crooked and maybe it'll heal straighter. I don't really know. And I was just like, oh, let's just take it out, because my parents were gonna be pissed if I had it like a big thing in there. I didn't really like the huge thing, and it was like way down here, and it just, I mean, it looked nice, but at the same time it's just like not really what I wanted, not what I paid for. So this guy, he took it out, and he like held the paper towel on my nose for me, and he was super nice, and I wish I had gone to him. I know I said this earlier, I wish I had gone to him for the actual piercing. He was, oh my god, he was so much nicer than the people at the other place. Touched my heart. But anyway, yeah, so I told him I would come back in like when it heals, and he was like, you can come back in 2-3 weeks and we could do it up. And he showed me the jewelry that he used, and it was like half as big as this one. No, I mean, not half, maybe like a little bit smaller. Yeah. And like he said, the balls would come like right out, and it's easy to flip up, which is what I wanted, what I needed. So going back in a few weeks to get my septum re-pierced. I don't think it should hurt that bad, because I only had the piercing in for a couple of hours, so there shouldn't be really scar tissue or anything like that. Yeah, if you want to see, I think I can. That's like one of the holes. There they are. It's a weird angle. So yeah, that's where the piercing went through. So yeah, didn't hurt as bad as I thought it was going to, but it, you know, it was a little painful. It is piercing. And I would recommend everybody who watches this video to make sure you know what you're getting into, and you like get what you want, and just go to somebody that's recommended to you, because I didn't. I just, you know, did my own thing because it was cheaper and what I was used to, and I just could have been so much better off, and I could have just had to go through it once and I have to go through it twice. So yeah. So yeah, I'll put up another video after I get it redone, which should just be in a couple of weeks. So if you want to subscribe to be updated, feel free to do so. But yeah, thank you for watching, and hopefully your experience was better than mine. Thanks. Bye.